Hey YouTubers, Michael again here with The Chosen and Beyond, and today we're going to just be talking about Season 1, Episode 8, I Am He, and I'm going to dig just a little bit deeper into Scripture with that, of John 4, and I believe it's 24, where it says, God is Spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. So this is what Jesus says to Fotina, the woman at the well, which I really love this scene because it's just so powerful. You have the woman, she's walking in the middle of the day, it's really hot to get the water, and Jesus is there waiting for her, right? He sent the disciples away, and they're going to get food. And I just love the way The Chosen portrays this. As I read this through the scripture, it's really impactful, but I get a little lost. I don't understand the references to the temple, to the living water, and saying, go get your husband, and these kind of things. And I didn't really understand it, but when I watched The Chosen and then I reread the scripture, it was just amazing. I thought the storytelling was amazing, right? What the producers did, so the writers I think are fantastic, and actors are so good, but they really just, so you got the 12 disciples, or most of the 12 disciples. It's season 1. You don't have all of them, but a good portion of them. And they've left to go to the city to get some food. And Jesus says, I'm going to wait here. And he waits, obviously waiting for the Samaritan woman. She comes to him and he says, can I have a drink of water? And she's, you're a Jew. You shouldn't even be talking to me. And I'm not welcome by your people. And then he says, if you knew who I was, you'd be asking me for a drink. And I really thought that was really amazing. I really thought the way they tied the living water in with the scriptures referring to the well was really impressive and just impactful. I also love the flashback scene to Jacob in the beginning where he's digging the well, and he's saying, we didn't choose him, he chose us. So he came to us and he gave us the privilege of having this protection and this special relationship with God. And so I just love this scene, how they filmed it, and then how they tied that into Fotina saying, did you know Jacob? Are you saying you're like Jacob, right? Or excuse me, are you better than Jacob who built this well? And he's yeah, I know Jacob, because he's the son of God and the portrayal of God in human form, which is a whole other thing. But anyway, I just love the way the portrayal was Jesus, because that was who Jesus was. He was a man. He was a man who was sent to speak to the people. And I just love this scene. I love the way they tie it in at the end. Go get your husband and come back. And then she realizes he knows all about her and knows her innermost thoughts on her relationship with these husbands and how it relates to how she was leaving one of the husbands who reminded her of oranges and was a very holy man. So I just love the way they tied that in, and she's so excited and she's so restored that she goes and runs off to the village to tell everyone about it, which is just an amazing segue to season 2, Sons of Thunder, and bring it, I think it's called Homecoming. I'll have to double check that, but I love the introduction, the leading up to the Sons of Thunder, which I really love, all happening there. Thank you again for visiting the channel. This is The Chosen and Beyond. Just did a quick recap of season 1, episode 8 of The Chosen, the woman at the well, John 4, and I believe it starts, John 4 starts and it goes through. But for me, 24 was really the takeaway, because it was, you don't have to be, just because you're a Samaritan woman doesn't mean you can't worship. You can worship. That's why I'm here, and you can be able to worship any way you want, and it's something greater than the temple is here. And I feel like he's really saying that to her first, and I really love the scene. So thank you so much for joining me, and please, if you have any comments on any scenes that you really loved in season 1, focusing on season 1, but if you want to talk about other seasons, great. Thank you so much, and have a good day. See you soon.